All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here toiling in this truth. I'm Bathaka Moth Jim S. Dallas, and I'm just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson, just dealing with just a simple Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? Simple Jake. Our people are simple, man, and they're just uncircumcised, stiff-necked, hard-headed people, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just set up for them not to listen, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got the servants, the prophets out here, throughout the four corners of the earth, on the dangerous highways and byways, week in, week out, in season, out of season, bringing out this word, doing these lessons on a daily basis. They've seen the Israelites. They know we're out here. Jake is not going to have an excuse, but it's set up for 2/3 of the nation of Israel to reject the knowledge, not to be able to receive it, man. Hey, that's the Lord. He can do what he want to do, man. He tells you that in Romans the 9th chapter. Who art thou, old man, to replies against the Lord? He can do what he want to do, man. And he's making that very clear in Romans the 9th chapter, that he can do what the hell he wants to do. And that's what's going on, man. So we understand that this thing is not set up for all of the whole nation of Israel to receive it, but still we deal with the points. You know what I'm saying? It's for the edification of those that are set up to receive it, man. And of course we have newcomers coming into the faith really daily, man. You know what I'm saying? There's daily newcomers into the faith. So, just for the edification of the flock, man, of the sheep, we do lessons like this. So this is just, dealing with those, it's going to be a short lesson. It's not going to be anything extensive or long. I just only got a couple scriptures, just to make the point, quick hit and out. You know what I'm saying? One hitter quitter, because Jake loves to say that, the Lord is not going to return in our lifetime. We're not going to see that, I'll be dead and gone. I was talking to a brother, and he was like, yeah, his folks is, which mine are the same way, yeah, we'll be dead and gone by the time, any of that comes about, And recently I just heard it said that, that'll be 1,000,000 years from now, and I'm like, oh, wow, so, hey, Jake bugged out here. They're through. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we get it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not dealing. He's not dealing with the whole nation, man. He's only dealing with his elect and the 1/3 of the nation, man. Those preordained, predestinated, chosen spirits that were chosen before the foundation of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? To receive this gospel in the latter days, man. But we are in those times, man. You know what I'm saying? We're in those times. And I just want to really quick, I'm going to go to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, to make that point of this right here, because this is nothing new, man. These things, are all in the scriptures. Everything that's happening on the earth, these people scoffing, talking their little crap and madness, speaking their rhetoric, what they feel, how they think. All these things are dealt with in the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? So it speaks about those things. So this is 2 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. So there it is, man. This thing is not set up for them, man. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are cut off, man. You know what I'm saying? And it speaks of that in Zechariah the 13th chapter and verse 8. They're going to be cut off and die, man. The Lord is not dealing with the majority of his people. When you read in Daniel's the 12th chapter in verse 10, it says none of the wicked shall understand, man. And right now, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is considered to be part of the wicked, man. Which we know the actual wicked is the nation of Edom, who go back to their forefather Esau, who consists of you so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. You are the true biblical Edomites, man. It's like the true red people, the red Hebrew Edomites, man. They're the actual wicked, because you have 3 classifications of men, man. You have the sons of God, spoken of in Genesis, the 6th chapter. Then you have, which is Yasharallah in the Hebrew, the nation of Israel. He, prince of the power, the sons of God, which are the Israelites today. by way of reincarnation. Then you have the second class of men, which are the sons of men, you know, which are the other heathen nations outside of the nation of Israel. And then you have the son of the wicked, man, you know. That's your third classification, man, you know, which are the biblical Edomites, man, the so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. You know, you're the sons of the wicked, you know what I'm saying? So those are the three classifications of men, you know, and everything is broken down. So the actual wicked is the Edomites, man, the so-called self-proclaimed white people. But in these times, 2/3 of Israel is considered to be part of the wicked as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Until the Lord destroys them, then they come back in their right minds by way of reincarnation. You know, when they come back through the loins of those elect men, you know, and those righteous men, those righteous believing men, you know, who believed their the doctrine of those righteous men that was given to the apostles doctrine, you know, and all those teachings and all those believers, you know, the teachers and believers, the 2/3 are going to come back through the loins of those people, man, and of course the multitude of the women and children that are already here, Salakia, that are going to be saved along with them, you know. And of course that goes into that in Romans the 11th chapter, in verse 26, if I'm not mistaken. And all Israel shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, these scoffers and scorners in these last days, man, hey, it's supposed to happen. So I'm going to read that again. 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this, first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? He ain't going to return in this lifetime. You know, it'll be 1,000,000 years, you know. I'll be dead and gone by the time that, you know. So, hey, he's talking to you, man. He's talking to those people, man. Those people are the scoffers and scorners that it spoke of after walking after their own lusts in verse 3, man, you know. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. You know, yeah, they're still doing the same things that they did today that they did back then, man. You know, nothing new under the sun. That's why the scriptures liken as in the days of Noah shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man, man. And then it goes into how they're going to be drinking and marrying, you know, drinking, eating, marrying, you know, doing all the things that they normally do. Well, hey, Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's no new thing under the sun, you know. The thing or the man that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun, man, you know. So all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Because Noah was out there teaching, man, the same things we're doing today, telling these people, hey, it's, you know, like he told them then, it's going to rain. Well, we're telling them the same thing today. It's going to rain again. So this time it's not going to be water. It's going to be fire, man. Those nuclear missiles are going to rain down on them, man. You know. So Noah was out there 120 years speaking to ignorant, hard-headed, stiff-necked niggas, just like today, man. And that's why the scriptures like, and it's in Luke, the 17th chapter, in Matthew as well, man. That as in the days of Noah shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. So we're still going through that right now. And that's why we're going through it, because these things are written. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, if you believe the Bible and you believe the report, it tells you that flood came, man, and it happened. So it's going to happen again. But the heavens and the earth, which are now coming into today's time now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So all those scoffers walking after and scorners walking after their own lust, you know, believing what they want to believe, you know, just living how they want to live. And every one of those people guarantee you eat pork, man, you know, that speak like that, you know, that talk that madness. So, hey, they're being reserved until the day of judgment. We're close to that time now. We're in the times of the days of judgment, man. There's 8 billion people on the planet Earth today, The Lord has never allowed, so like the Lord has never allowed that many people on a planet at one time, man. Why is he doing it now, man? Because we're in the times of judgment, man. We're at the end. We're at the end of this devil's kingdom, and you can see that in every way, you know. And if you can't, you're under a rock, man. We're at the end of this thing. But here's another point, because as a matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to this. Let me go to Hosea real quick to make another point. Salakia. It's Hosea chapter 6 and verse 2, because this goes into the Lord raising us back up. This is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 2, and it reads, "After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight." So that's that 3-day period, which let me go back over here real quick to 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, and I'm gonna drop down to verse 8. It's 2 Peter 3 and 8, and it reads, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." So 1,000 years to us is one day to the Lord. You know, now that we have established that, that should bring Hosea the 6th chapter more into bring more understanding. So this is Hosea 6 and 2. After 2 days, so we just read, one day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. So this is a 2-day period. So that's a 2,000-year period. It says, Salakia, Hosea 6 and 2, after 2 days will he revive us. So after 2,000 years, he was going to revive us. In the third day, which is that next 1,000 years, which is a 3,000-year period, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. So that's going into us coming back into the understanding of who we are, which we're doing that now. Ezekiel the 37th chapter goes into it. Those two sticks coming back together, you know, those sinews and the flesh is coming back on us. We're getting our nationality back. We're getting all, you know, the understanding of who we are, the understanding of who our enemies are. You know, coming back to the will and way of the Lord, the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, having faith, that pure belief. You know, our minds have been stirred up. Our pure minds have been stirred up by ways of remembrance, man. You know what I'm saying? So these things are happening now, man. So because we're in that third day, when you think about the period of time when or the time period when the Lord was on the earth, that was over 2,500 years ago, man. You know, and then when you do the math from the Renaissance period until now, 2020, that's like roughly 600 plus years, man. You know, so 2,500 plus 600 is over 3,000, man. You know, so we're in the third day. You know, so let's read this again. Hosea 6 and 2. After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day, which we're in the third day now, he will raise us up, which we're being raised up as we speak. You know, throughout the four corners of the earth, you see camps popping up everywhere, man. That's not an accident. That's prophecy. It's written, you know. So it says in the third day, which we're in the third day. It didn't say at the beginning of the third day. It didn't say at the end of the third day. It says in the third day. We're in the third day, man. So anybody who wants to talk shit about, you know, you ain't got nothing to say, man. It says in the third day. So at some point in these times, that deliverance and salvation is going to come, because it says it. In the third day, he will raise us up. We're being raised up. So that part is happening. You know, Ezekiel the 37th chapter is in full effect, man. And we shall live in his sight. That's the salvation, man, where he's going to turn his face back to his people, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hello, what are you people talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? But what it is they don't have the discernment. They don't have that eye salve. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick since I said it. This is Revelations chapter 3 and verse 18, and it reads, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, man. Dealing with the elect. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve. Anoint thine eyes. Everybody don't have the anointed eyes, man. Everybody can't see. Everybody can't receive this. It's not set up that way, man. You know, as a matter of fact, Isaiah, the 6th chapter goes into that. He's blinding these people, man. So 2/3 of our nation is blinded. They can't get this. It's not set up for them, you know. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see. So we see these things. We see them clearly, man. So just because Jake can't get it, you know, hey, you can stay out there talking that madness and that nonsense, but they gonna know, man. They gonna know soon, you know. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, this wasn't going to be a long lesson. I just wanted to deal with that real quick. You know, that came across, you know, so I was like, you know, hey, I got to do a lesson. So I wanted to do a little quick lesson on it, a little sit down and, you know, just to go into that. Yeah, Jake is bugged out. Jake is through. And this is not for everybody. So just understand that for any newcomers coming into the faith, man, this thing is not for everybody, man. It's for the elect. And 1/3, and that's it. Those are the only one. Those the teachers and the believers, man. That the governing body, you know, and those believers, man. You know what I'm saying? Of the next world to come, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. Beginning and starting with our big brother Yahushua, man, on down. So Lord willing, I can be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, with that, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Waharakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayath, Shal Dawadah, Shalom.